Hello and welcome to the Skiing Show. I'm Tord Nilsson and this is the show where we actually go skiing. We are here in Alpe d'Huez. It is absolutely wonderful. We've had 2 days of incredible sunshine and now it is snowing. We had 25 centimetres, give or take, last night. Now, before I continue, please like, comment and subscribe down below because it really does help us bring out more of these videos. Now, Alpe d'Huez very kindly gave me a lift pass for a few days because I'm out here testing with Volkl skis. Now, Alpe d'Huez, if you've not been here, it's about 2.5 hours from Geneva. It's a wonderful, wonderful resort paired up with Le des Alpes. 250 kilometers of piste, state-of-the-art lifts. It's really amazing for all types of skiing, off-piste, families, anything really, and also obviously some excellent après. Now, we will very, very soon continue with the show, but just to let you know, we will not be having a normal show. Because I'm here, we will be doing a Q&A, answering some of your comments, questions that we've had in the comments of the other videos. So come along with me and Al Morgan from skikitinfo.com and we'll try and answer the questions you've got. So today we are going to answer some of the questions you, the viewers, have posted in our comment section on all the videos. Remember, always comment and we will aim to answer. Now, who else would join me but the walking encyclopedia of skiing and a man who apparently has his DIN setting tattooed on his lower back? It's of course Al Morgan from skikitinfo.com. Al, welcome back.
How am I going to see that if I need to be reminded if it's on my lower back?
You don't need to see it. It's to show everybody else.
All right. Thank you. I do, you know, always love your intros. I never know what's going to come with them. But
no, the weird thing is neither do I.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Well played.
Right. So we have had loads of really interesting questions. And you have not seen these questions, even though I did offer to show you them.
No, I've only one about a weird name because I want to know how to say it and I want to know where the name came from, but yeah.
There you go. Right, I'm going to start with one which is actually towards me, but you might have some input about it. Okay. The 1412 said, bro, that marker griffin looks sweet. How do I get that colour? Now, Mr. The 1412. I'm really sorry, but it's actually a limited edition binding that you can't buy. But I did speak to Dave Soyparker, who heads up Marker in the UK, and he said that there are some every now and again that creep onto eBay. I think they only made about 500 or so of this Griffin binding. Al, I don't know if you know anything more about that?
I mean, you've just nailed that, haven't you?
Joe Wessel has asked, any thoughts on Skevik skis?
Right,
now, I went back to him, but Al, I'll let you go. But I did go back to him and say, we have not heard of them in the UK. They are an American brand. But Al, you've done a bit of Googling, haven't you?
Well, I was more interested in where the name came from. Yes, I'm with you. I've never heard of them. There are quite a lot of niche brands in America, and it's quite exciting watching what's happening over there, you know, because often they can challenge the mainstream brands, these big boys in the ski market, a lot of which we see in Europe. But yeah, Skevik, I hope we're saying it right. It actually comes from, it's a location kind of northeast of Stockholm, I believe. So you should know this, Tord. But yeah, so there we go. That's what I knew about it. But I did have a little kind of look at their skis, and they're based out of BC, so and handmade.
Oh, Canadian then. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So but yeah, so so I should say North America, really, shouldn't I? When we were talking, but kind of focused on that. The graphics are awesome, but kind of focused on that free ridey. If European, you think there's free ride. If you're North American, you might say all mountain or free ride. To do some what they call front side skis, you know, but these are still kind of mid 80s upwards in width. So really they're all mountain skis is what we may think of them as.
And what's the website if anybody actually does want to check it out?
Skevik.com. Skevik is
There you go.
Skevik, and hopefully you know how to spell skis.
There you go. Never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for the question. Hopefully we get to try them one day and we can report back.
Exciting.
Next question from some, I don't think this is his real name. Putin Plays says, I really wish skis didn't look so boring. While yes, it's performance or really just how confident I feel on them is the most important. It is a shame. It really is a shame how boring the graphics have become. Now, there's not necessarily a question.
Can I just say, that ski behind you, that is always behind you,
yeah,
isn't boring.
The Revolt 104, it's not boring. But
look at K2's range of Mindbenders. The graphics are awesome. I agree. Some skis can look a little bit muted, dull, but you know, when ski brands make a ski, they will have a kind of customer that they think is going to buy that ski, and some brands don't care, and they will make it look however they want. You know, we were just talking about Skevik. I mean, look at the graphics. Go and check out Skevik skis. Go and look at the graphic on those skis. They're interesting. They're different. Icelandic, same thing. You know, their skis have really interesting graphics. You don't really see them in Europe. But yeah, go and look at K2's Mindbenders, for example. They've been really bright for a few seasons.
Faction would be the one I go for. I personally love Faction. I know it's not the most exciting, maybe, or the most intricate designs, but it does look, they do look awesome.
And some of the skis in the Faction range are just especially, God, there's loads I love about them. Actually, you know, with the Faction skis for this season, if anything, they've gone the other way in their graphics. You know, if you look at Amana, it's basically a black ski with some white on it. Look at their Dancers. Dancer 2, I adore that ski. It's a kind of a muted green. But yeah, you know, Black Crows, bright skis. Look at the Myris Core, it's bright orange. It's certainly not dull.
I agree. And also to another example, which is Atomic, with any ski that Ben Chetler has been designing, because he designed them himself, he's an artist. But I think what Mr. Putin Plays is trying to get to is that maybe piste skis or mountain, sorry. So that range is maybe a little bit too. I think brands just play it safe. That would be what I would say. Yeah,
and it's you know, that's bread and butter. That's what your everyday consumer, the mass market, what, you know, often how we term these things. That's what they're going to buy, and they need to look good on a rack. They need to look as though they're, you know, they're quality, but they're not in your face and they're not gaudy. And then other parts of the market don't do it. So I think, yes, he's right about some skis, and I could also argue that others are not like that at all. But that's like anything, you know. So it depends which skis he's looked at.
And technically, there was no question, so we've not answered a non-question.
I think it's a fair point though, because there can be some hideous-looking skis, but there are some beautiful ones, and that's personal choice. Some people may hate a really bright ski.
Frederick, I hate doing this sometimes because I feel like I butcher names, which is ironic because I have a name that gets butchered all the time.
Yeah,
Frederick, either Finer or Tyner, says, curious on how you would compare the Deacon 72 to the Deacon 84. Deacon 84. Your thoughts? Thank you. Well, thank you, Frederick, for such a polite question.
Yeah.
I did kind of answer him on the comments.
Okay.
As I do work with Volkl. But Al, what
I know both of these skis very, very well. I've probably skied them a ton more than you have. And I'm not, you know, we're not comparing members, as it were. I just, that's what I do for a job, and I'm being really fortunate.
Not comparing members.
No. They are within the same family, and slightly confusingly from Volkl, they call it their all-mountain range, but the Deacon 72 is not that far from a race ski.
I actually call it a detuned or a consumer version of a race ski.
I think that's it's funny, isn't it? Because detuned makes it sound as though it's not tuned very well, but detuned just means it's not going to kind of tear your head off in a corner. Exactly. It's going to be more friendly, and ski better for the vast majority of people. You know, I wouldn't necessarily want to step straight onto a World Cup skier's ski because I wouldn't be able to control it in the way that they can. And, you know, I tune and detune my own skis because I know how I will work well for me. So, yeah, long way around. The 72 is a piste-specific ski. A little bit of lift through the front and back, which helps with turn initiation, helps with the release from the turn, helps actually adapting your turn shape partway through the turn. You don't know, you know, you're blasting around a corner and all of a sudden a marmot comes running across in front of you, or a bear, heaven forbid, and you need to get out of the way, then you need to have an adaptable turn shape. And that really helps with it. The 84, so I think we might have nodded to this, but we definitely spoke about the Deacon V-Works. The Deacon V-Works is the bells and whistles, all the tech. Actually, going back to Putin's point here, I think the Deacon V-Works does look a bit dull. It's all bells and whistles, but it's quite muted. It's a bit kind of white and black in its graphic. I actually prefer the look of the 84. So same weight width.
I agree.
The 84 is a lower price point, but it is far more of what many people would think of as an all-mountain ski. It's a wider footprint. It does better in the stuff off the sides of the piece. If you're going to be in bumps, do a little bit through the trees, taking on a bit of powder. That 84, I've had fantastic times, and actually skiing it in breakable crust and some refrozen stuff, and it does it all in a confidence-inspiring way. And I don't think you need to be as good a skier to get on the 84 as you do to get the most out of the 72.
We've got one about from the latest episode, which I know you went on, but it's about ski resort. It is Shauno asks, Mr. Skiing Show Man, which I think is.
I've got to get you a t-shirt.
He obviously didn't read the caption at the beginning. Where in Austria should I go for skiing in February, March 2023? Now, that is a very broad question. I came back with a few of my, it obviously depends on what you want for everything, but any top resorts?
You must have mentioned Kutai, surely. Over 2,000 meters for the town. It's like 40 minutes from Innsbruck. Really easy to get to. The pistes are incredible. If you want to go touring, anywhere along that valley is phenomenal. It's called the El Dorado of touring. And the free ride, if you're going to go up the top down or down the bottom, it's amazing. So that's a good one.
And super close to Innsbruck.
Yeah, like 40 minutes.
It's like crazy. Really yeah, I didn't mention that.
And the only thing with Kutai is the accommodation in the town. It's mostly 4-star hotels. It's quite expensive. If you get, like, I was there last March, actually, and I stayed in a place called, my pronunciation, sorry, Greece im Selrain, and it was way cheap. I just got an Airbnb thing, and yeah, so that's a good one. Anything where you got access to a glacier, so Hintertux, classic. Capron, so but Zelensee town is lovely, but the skiing's quite low. Zelensee Capron's not very far away, and I quite like the skiing up on the glacier there. So
I chucked a classic San Anton in because I think if you want a good party, if you want good skiing, like really good skiing, that's always, and there's loads of accommodation.
I've had the most snow in my life in March in Lech, which is in that whole Aalborg area.
And it's very, very consistent. There is a really good B&B just up the hill in Lech at the end of the town that I've stayed in many times. Can't remember the name of it, but it's the only cheap place.
You were laughing at me when I started to mention about the town down from Kutai, and now you're doing it.
Well, I'm not trying to pronounce it though.
Right, okay.
The other one that I did also say, actually there's three actually. Obergurgl, I think is amazing. Zalkensee, I think, is very underrated, and Obertown, I think, is very underrated. Two very small resorts, but amazing skiing.
Did you mention Stubai?
No.
Okay, so Neustift, again, pronunciation, sorry, everybody.
He's northern, it's all right.
Yeah, I know. Neustift's a great resort. I've got some friends that ski there a lot, and it has some really good skiing. But the glacier at Stubai, I love. It's I skiing there last March, and great snow, found some awesome powder. There hadn't been much snow last season, and that was still in great shape. It's really high. You can find some north facing stuff. So it depends what you're looking for in terms of your skiing as to which is going to be the best result. But Austria, even though many people think of it as low, has a lot of glacier destination.
Sean, I hope that answers your question from the skiing men.
Yeah,
the skiing men. And then we have one final question. I just need to find the question. From Eugene Friedman. Hey guys, really enjoyed your review, but what about the Volkl Racetiger SL? Now, again, I mean, we talked all mountain. I personally think that's more of a pisty. It's a race tiger, so it's more piste race. So it doesn't quite fit into that all mountain that we were talking about, does it? Although we did talk about piste skis in the first episode, I guess.
Yes, we did, but specifically not about race skis. There are some phenomenal race skis. And actually, don't be too scared by the term race when it comes to a ski, because you don't have to go for the punchiest, stiffest model they make right down through junior ranges of race skis. So irrespective of the brand, because there are brilliant race skis out there, you can use them as an awesome piste ski, but really that race is a bit more of a niche category.
That is all the questions that we have. But please do comment below with any other questions and we will try to blab our way through any sort of answer. Obviously, head over to skikitinfo.com for all of your ski kit info, funnily enough. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you for watching this episode. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please just chuck them down below. Me and Al will try and answer them. And for more information, obviously, check out skikitinfo.com, where Al goes into more detail about skis and boots. Again, thank you so much to Alpe d'Huez for hooking me up, basically. I'm going to go and ski some powder. You have an amazing day. See you later.